Hi everyone, I'm Paula from Ecuador, and I've just finished my first year at McMaster a couple of weeks ago, which still feels surreal. I think I'm still processing it, but I am so excited to share a little bit of my experience with you today. When I was preparing to study abroad, I was afraid that I would lose the people and the habits and the culture I grew up with. And I am not gonna lie, being away was hard. But months ago, I remember my mom, she told me that a little bit of my family, my friends, my culture from Ecuador would go with me everywhere I go. And I feel like it's true. I always felt the love and support from my home country, and I'm just so glad that I can return to them with so many great story times. When I first came to Canada, I remember thinking that people would be a little bit distant or intimidating, but I've actually come to realize throughout my time here that everyone's just so kind. From simple things like opening the door for you to like showing up every time you need it. They are very caring. Another thing is that they embrace diversity and recognize the strength that comes from it. And both things are especially true at McMaster throughout all the support systems and networks that they offer for their students and that I've connected with, empowering collaboration and celebrating everyone's background. It's the communities I've had the chance to join at McMaster that made me feel like I truly belong here. The Organization for Latin American Students in LANMU, the recreational dance team, my lifestyle friends, and the McMaster Catholic Chaplaincy. McMaster has given me so many genuine connections and some amazing memories. It's the people who would talk to me about Canada and explore town with me. We would study together or cook together. Some even learned a little bit of Spanish from me. I am so grateful and so happy that I have people I can call friends and even family here at Mac. I have trouble to pinpoint a single moment that made me feel like I belong here. It's like slowly I started to get used to all the new things in my life. I knew what bus to take to go to Westdale, I knew my professor's office hours, or a friend would save a seat for me at our lectures, or I had a favorite coffee order. And of course there's also bigger things. They made me realize that I'm really part of an institution that celebrates excellence. This one biology lab I was particularly fascinated by, or the Women in Science and Engineering conference. But I do think that there is one moment that stands out. My friends and I, we had taken a day trip to Toronto and we were on our way back and we were very tired. And I remember saying something like, I cannot wait to get home. And I guess that's when I realized that I've built a home for myself at Mac. I also feel like I've grown so much since I came here. Academically, I got used to the huge lecture halls and to the immense exam rooms, and I learned how to study. Personally, well, I had to adapt to a whole new language and social norms and public transportation system. But through it all, I also learned to trust myself. There are so many memories from my first year that I'll carry with me forever, especially the seasons. In Ecuador, we have a lot of sunshine and then a lot of rain, but not really seasons. I remember waking up and seeing the leaves turn orange through my window in fall. And I remember the very first time I saw snow in my life, I was so excited. I remember we were walking back to our dorms with my friends. I was just so excited I could not stop laughing. And then the first time I go tobogganing too was a great memory. And when spring came, my parents came to visit me at Mac. I saw the cherry blossoms for the first time with them. Okay, and to wrap this up, if there's something I could say to international students coming to Mac next year, it's to embrace the uncertainty. I was so scared when I boarded that first plane flight, and I had so many doubts. But when I came to Mac, I realized that there are all these resources and people willing to support you. And of course it will be challenging, but through it all you'll learn about yourself. You'll also get to make amazing friends and memories. Someone told me when I was scared that maybe if you're afraid, it's because you're about to do something wonderful. And well, I just can't wait to see what next year brings for me.